Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we had a little bit of an interrupted reading, so I already have some cards out on the table. On the live chat, I've already put the link for the first part. I think it was maybe like 8 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. And then I'll come back around and add that for the first part. But it's also in the description box link, just in case you don't have access to the live chat. So what we've got here, everybody, is we've got a reading with somebody that does not, in general, communicate their emotions very adeptly. Is that a word? This is probably a player energy, someone who's very used to getting what they want. They might be a little bit arrogant. They might be prone to talking about themselves quite a lot. I do feel like there are things that kind of turned you off, to be honest. We've got the Queen of Wands in the reverse with the moon. So I feel like you enjoyed their company, but noticed that they had a tendency to maybe kind of like talk about themselves to cover up that they might have a little bit of insecurity. There may have been something about you that put them a little bit, what is it called? Like on your heels or on their heels, where they felt like they maybe hadn't met somebody like you before, that you were heads above the rest. They didn't really know how to deal with that. So whoever you are, I feel like temperance is your energy in this reading. You've got somebody that I think you walked away from, or you've blocked them, because when it came to that emotional connection, this person didn't really know what they were doing, or they were holding back, and you know how that ends. You were able to see that it would probably end with heartbreak. So you moved on, or you walked away. I do think you were pretty mature about communicating with this person. Some of you may have ghosted them, but I do feel like for the majority of you, you would have told this person, hey, I just don't think this is working out that great. And I think they would have told you, that's just fine. This could also be somebody who's come back around after you told them that you weren't interested, because their general approach is they like to leave things in a little bit of like the unfinished business category, because then they have this, back burner option. Well, they miscalculated that, because when you walk away from someone, I think you're actually pretty resolved to not go back on that. Hey, Laura, how's it going? So they're trying to find a way around this. Two of Wands. They're trying to find a way around the fact that when you determine that somebody is not your person, you're able to let go and move on. So this player is just a little bit heartbroken. Biggest intro ever. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of my showtime. I hope you're having a good day or good weekend. If you would like a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. That's in the description box below, as is more information on how to join my memberships. And then right below that, you'll find the link for the first part of this reading. Let's see. We're going to go with, this is the Fairy Lenormand. What else do you have? The Bouquet, number 9. And 20, the Garden. So one thing I said in the last reading with the first 3 cards is it feels to me like we have somebody who is talking to a close friend or a family member about the situation with you. They don't know what to do. So I do think they're getting some advice. And this kind of clarifies that for us. The Garden talks about community. So I think this is hey, we've noticed you've been acting a little bit differently, and you're, not interested in dating. Or this person who's a little heartbroken over you. What was I referring to them as? The Chariot. The Chariot has this tendency to walk away from people first. You basically beat them to the punch. They're a little bit obsessed with you, and either their close friend or family member is noticing that, or they're bringing it up because it's starting to really upset them. What should I do? I've realized I've maybe actually fallen in love with this person. I don't think they're interested in me anymore. I think they blocked me, or, they're dating other people, or just focused on themselves right now. how do I get their attention? How do I like not lose this person? So we have number 34, the fish, and number 28, the man. Hoping to find some good luck or find some way to kind of increase his chances or her chances when they come back around to you, right? If I talk to my friends, if I talk to, my bestie and they encourage me to show up with a gift, it's kind of what it's feeling like. If I'm blocked, if I can't talk to this person, how do I? I mean, most people would be like, well, it sounds like they really don't want to talk to you. But I think there's a friend who says, well, get a gift. Go tell this person that you actually love them. It sounds like you never told them. Hey, Megan, how are you doing? Hello, Lemonade. What's going on? So we've got these storks. The child, number 17, 13, and 30, the lilies. I'm not going to fight to get your attention. I'm not going to tell you why you should see my value. If you don't see it, if you don't show that you want to be with me, then I take that as your rejection. I don't wait for you to actually be a jerk to me. I pick up on those clues and I know when it's time to like get stepping. And I wasn't picking up on that connective energy from you. It was more like you wanted a collection of people that, would maybe stroke your ego a little bit or other things. And I'm not down for that. This is someone who says, yeah, I don't think that the energy was right. So now we have somebody realizing maybe this connection, and when I say somebody, I'm talking about the Chariot. Maybe this connection was what was supposed to pull me out of this player energy. Because they have different feelings. This is not something they normally experience. You gave them a sense of peace or harmony, happiness, hence that roller coaster card. You made me feel happy in a way that other people don't. And now I feel like I'm chasing that happiness, unable to find it with anybody else. All right, back to you, hun. What else do we have? The ship number 3, it's called the Paths, but in this deck, it's like 2 staircases, indicates you have a choice, right? You can go this way, you can go that way, but you can't go in the middle. Do you want to accept that this is over, or do you want to actually pursue someone? I do really like that we have number 22 followed by number 2, so 222 could be important. As I looked at the people watching, it was 17-7, so 7 could be important as well. But I think this is someone who's deciding, if I really don't want to let go of this Temperance individual, if I really do feel like this is like my match, then I'm going to have to like go above and beyond. I'm going to have to do something to demonstrate that this is what I want, that I'm not a player anymore. I just crushed a lot. Sorry. I had to. Hey, Tiana. How are you doing? All right. This is the truth is. Let's see if we have any player energy popping out. Phrasing. What else? Gold digging. Interested in financial gain. This person has been used to people who want them for their money. This might explain why they were so keen to like tell you, I've made a lot of money, because that gets people interested in them. But you were like, no. So this surprised them. You were not very interested in, give me a whole bunch of gifts, or, can we go on a trip? That didn't really work, but they kind of like that that didn't work. They didn't expect that, right? Then we have children. Children are involved or will soon be. For some of you, this is a person who has not expressed an interest in having a family, but we did also have the stork and the child. So they could be feeling that desire to start a family with somebody. For others of you, this is somebody who feels like it's time for them to grow up. That the immature, like, flirtations that they've encountered really don't amount to much, and they would rather have some sort of meaningful connection. But I think they're starting to realize that requires that they change some of their habits or how they interact with love interests. So having some time apart to really think about things and, you know, a little introspection was good for them to, I guess, better understand why they feel the way they feel or why they're missing you. This is the Meta Muse. What else do we have? What else? Sun in the reverse. The Tree of Life you don't read in the reverse. The Tree of Life is a 79th card in this particular deck. Anytime I reach for the Meta Muse, I can guarantee you that one of the things in the back of my mind is, are we going to see this card? Because this right here, this pair, tells me that we have somebody that was uninformed, immature, arrogant, emotionally unavailable, who's going through this ascension. I miss you. And why do I miss you? Because you were serious, because you were legit, because you made me feel happy, because you weren't just after me because of my status or because of what people could or what you could get from me, right? So we've got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, Six of Cups. You treated me like gold and I refuse to invest in you. Why would I do that? They're heartbroken, not just because you decided to walk away, not just because you know your worth, but because they didn't invest in you, because they didn't do what they should have done. Isn't that the worst? Like, be mad at me all day, but if I'm mad at myself, that's rough. What else do we have? Hey, Danny, how are you doing? Tiana, it's time to not be a player anymore. I know that's really hard, but this makes me think of that line in the song Figures by Jessie Reyes. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to just but she talks about how there's a line of girls and guys that want a chance with her. That's fine. You don't want your chance. I've got a line of people that want me. So this is somebody who wants to come back around and they don't want to play games. I want to tell you exactly how much I feel for you. I want to tell you that I've missed you. I want to tell you that I've changed. I want to tell you that I realize now that those superficial connections or those physical connections mean nothing after I've connected with somebody like you. They feel like you actually saw who they are when other people were too busy looking at like the stats, right? This is someone who does not make a serious love offer. I don't know if it's just been a really long time or if they've never done it, but this is like, meh, when I find somebody who's on my level, then maybe I'll like pursue something serious, but ain't seen it yet. So I'm just going to assume that it's not out there. And then you're like, wait a second, you're on my level and I fumbled it. So in order to get you back, I have to like go above and beyond. So I feel like this is I have to be very serious. I have to show just how much you mean to me. We've got the Three of Pentacles in the reverse and the Page of Swords, or the Princess of Swords. I think that there are people they are no longer associating with because they know it makes it difficult for them to be in a relationship. So if they had friends that they had previously had naked time with, or if they were on like multiple dating apps, or if they were routinely going to the bar and hanging out with people that made them feel sexy, they know they need to address that, right? Are they still a player? I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're leaning towards, I would like to be just yours, because this Three of Pentacles in the reverse is a really good sign that they understand they can't just change how they communicate with you. There's other things in terms of their habits that they need to change. So we have the World. What was that song? I think it was by Monica. I Do It For You. Sounds a little dirty. I think that's what it was. Tiana, I know you know this. Thank you. This is somebody who wants to change because without you, they're struggling. Yeah. They're going to find a way to communicate, even if they have to send you like snail mail or flowers, cookies, something like that. All right, this is the What's the News deck. What else do we have? Wine and dine, consistently dating, courtship, romance, and passion. This person always has someone they could ask out on a date, always has an option, even if they're traveling. I think this is a player. And I feel like you knew that. So you were like, okay, well, if you're still like hanging out with their parties, or if that's like how you get your rocks off, then I'm going to skip on out of here. Do you like that these are rocks, sculptures? We're gonna go with rocks, stone. And I made a skipping rocks joke. Come on, guys. Come on. Hello, Burger Kings. How are you doing? So we have graduation day, leveling up, lessons learned, acquired wisdom. Moving on up. They're not going to do the same crap anymore. Oops. I'm proud of you, former player. Oh, Lord. Okay, so we have the dirty money card, laundering, steal, illegal, memories, missing someone, regression, and revisiting the past. Oh. I think this person, after, things fell apart with you, encountered probably more than one person, if I'm honest, but they encountered like gold digger energy with a capital G. This is like somebody who straight up stole something. Somebody who wanted to be absolutely selfish and made it very clear that if you're being selfish when you're constantly dating, the idea that you would run into somebody else who is selfish, completely predictable. What energy are you putting out there? That's the energy you're going to get back. So having this negative experience dealing with somebody who was clearly just after the things they brag about as their value made them realize just how beautiful it was that what you liked about them, or what you found attractive about them, was them. Their attributes. You actually saw them. Maybe they didn't realize it at the time, but it's not common to find that, especially when you're out here like, look at my car, look at what I do, I travel all the time, blah, blah. They were trying to put that out there as like the fishing lure to begin with, right? Oh, now we have the ready for a relationship card. This person, this because I was reading this card. This person has no desire to keep partying and dealing with unpredictable people or energies. They may enjoy those surface pleasures. They may have had a lot of fun with it, but it's started to feel really empty for them to chase these things after encountering you and daydreaming about what it would be like to just like be with you. You're magical. They want to feel that way again, the way you made them feel. This is the Everyday Tarot. What else do we have? Five of Swords in the reverse. Making amends because I know I should have invested with you back then and I didn't. So I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to bring you some really serious gifts, or I'm going to surprise you. Some of you, this person's got a whole thing planned for you. Like, if you would let me, I want to, take you out. I want to, whatever. Let's do the thing. This is somebody who wants to show you that they will literally roll out the red carpet for you. Because again, you are Temperance for them. Temperance is the perfect match. Temperance in the reverse, for example, would be like oil and water. Temperance in the upright, this is like, you complete me, that super cheesy energy. So they're ready to come running it back around and tell you that they don't want anybody else, that they know they should have invested more when they had the chance. They're going to say a lot to you, and I don't think you expect most of it. You might have some suspicion that they have some feelings for you or some lingering emotions, but I don't think you expect them to come through with like, hey, so I haven't been able to stop thinking about you. Everyone's boring. Everyone sucks. Nobody's you. And all I want to do is spend more time with you and prove to you that I don't have an interest in anybody else. And you're going to be like, what? I wasn't ready for that. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on the next reading. Doodles.